Improve English speaking skills by learning the secrets of the word yet. Let's go in the classroom and find out what they are. So before we look at the advanced uses of yet, let's look at the most common uses. And we usually use yet for these two reasons. First of all, to link a contrast between two clauses. So look at the example below. It was hard work, yet they carried on. So there's a contrast in the expectation. The hard work makes us think they might stop, but afterwards they carry on. It's different to what we expected. The second most common use is with the present perfect for something not happened. For example, I haven't finished yet. And here we have the present perfect clause, I haven't finished. And we add yet at the end to emphasize the fact it has not happened, but we still expect it to happen in the future. So those are the common uses of yet. What about the advanced uses? Look at these people running here. So here we have two runners in a race. And let's focus particularly on the one at the back, the one the arrow is on. Now, we could say this about that person. He is losing the race, but if he speeds up, he might yet win. And focus on this phrase, might yet. So here we're using yet in a completely different way. We're using it in combination with a modal verb, a modal of possibility. So what's the meaning here? What's the use? Well, the use here is with modals of possibility, when an outcome is delayed but remains possible, we can use might yet, or any other modal that expresses possibility. So we could also say may yet, or could yet. So going back to our example, first of all, the modal of possibility, might, and then yet follows it to show that he hasn't won, but it's possible that he could win. He might yet win. It is still possible to win. The second use of yet, I'm going to explain using a picture that some of you will be familiar with and some of you won't. Do you live in a part of the world with really strong winds? I live in England, where we do get some strong winds, not as strong as other places, but this is commonly seen in the winter. It's a fence that blew down because of the wind. Now, in England, we get these strong winds every winter, again and again and again. So if I see this in a garden near me, I could say this. Yet again, the strong winds blew down the fence. And here, yet again is used for something that happened and that has already happened many times before. Yet again, it happened last year, it happened the year before, it happened the year before, over and over and over again, and now it's happened one more time. Yet again, the strong winds blew down the fence. So a common form here is that yet again will go in front of the clause, which we can see in our example, yet again, followed by a normal English clause. The strong winds is the noun and blew down is the phrasal verb. It is possible to use it after the clause too. We could have said the strong winds blew down the fence yet again. So it could go at the end. But there is one other form change with yet again that's possible here. Let's look at another example for this. So sometimes in sales, this is what all companies hope. They all hope that sales will go up every year. And this could be a short commentary that a company might give about their sales. So income has gone up every year. This is a good company, isn't it? They expected income to decrease last year, but yet again, it increased. So the difference in the structure here, it can be explained as follows. So first of all, we have a clause. They expected income to decrease last year. Then we have our conjunction, but. Then the phrase yet again, and then the clause to finish. It's increased, subject, verb. So here we're using it in the middle of the sentence where it's joining two parts together. Now notice we must have this conjunction. We cannot just say they expected income to decrease last year, yet again it increased. That's not grammatically correct unless you have a full stop and yet again starts the next sentence. Yet again cannot be a conjunction. It needs another conjunction to make it happen. So those are a few ways that we can use yet again in a sentence, meaning something that happened, but it's already happened many times before. For the next meaning of yet, have a look at this person. This is a magician. Now, when you go to a magic show, isn't it true that they usually save the best magic for the end? They start with some good tricks, but the very best is the last. So if someone talks to you in the middle of the show, they could say this. They thought they'd seen the best of the magician's tricks, but the best was yet to come. Yet to come. First of all, let's focus on the form and then we'll look at the meaning here. So here we have a superlative form, the best. We could also have a noun form as well. For example, the magician was yet to come. It could be either of these. It's followed by the verb to be and then our phrase yet to come. And we use it for this reason here. We use it if it hasn't happened until now, but will happen in the future, usually soon. Let's focus on this phrase more clearly then. They thought they had seen the best of the magician's tricks, but the best, so the best has not happened yet. When is it going to happen? Well, yet to come. Yet tells us not until now, not before now. We haven't seen it. But to come tells us it's coming. Not yet, but it's coming. Yet to come. The best is yet or was yet to come. And here's our final use of yet. And for this one, look at this person here. They're doing hard work, aren't they? And here's a phrase that we could use. It was hard work, yet the workers continued until the end. And here we have yet followed by a clause. And the difference between the common use of yet, which has a similar meaning, is this. In this instance, yet does not join two clauses. It only joins one. It was hard work, full stop, yet the workers continued until the end. So the use here, again, like the common meaning where we would have yet in the middle of two clauses, again, it starts a sentence to introduce a contrast with the previous sentence. But the key difference here is that we do this in informal storytelling. If you're writing formally, academically, for business use, or when you're having a quick conversation, the common use of yet between two clauses would be better, where you have a first clause, comma, yet, then the next clause. But in storytelling, we may do this. We may stop the sentence, then use yet, then continue on. So if you read stories in English or you're writing stories yourself, be aware of this difference. It's always good to practice what you learn straight away, and I'm going to give you the chance now in a short dialogue. Have you heard the results from the hospital yet? I haven't heard anything, but I may yet hear today. So they're late yet again. I'm sorry this is so difficult for you. Now you get involved. When I disappear, you say the words on the left, then I will reply on the right, and then you say the final words on the left again. Are you ready? Start as soon as I disappear. I haven't heard anything, but I may hear today. So yet has so many more meanings than just the common meanings we looked at during the start of the lesson. Get them into your English usage. They are great native C2 English level phrases to use.